Hi, my name is Fred Engelberg, when I want it to be. Sometimes I feel like Salvador Seeker, who seeks the bright light in the world's darkness, generally trips on a rock called ego and falls headfirst into a bottomless pit marked, "Enter all ye here who would know illusion from reality." Or I may become Jason Complacent. He's the fat man who lived in contentment and peace next door to a graveyard. He was born there, he lived there, and when he died there, they just buried him next door. But they shipped his fortunate furniture to a distant cousin in Johannesburg, South Africa. Or maybe I turn into Bartholomew Bitter, who was born with a sigh, learned how to cry, and forever followed the tear in his eye. On the cloudy, rebellious mornings, I might turn into Matthew Muscle, whose answer to the confusing hustle and bustle of the human race is 35 push-ups and a punch in the face. Any face, any place. Or perhaps with a little effort, I turn into Sylvester's Sedation. He's a new face in the nation, who, when peyote and pot were being legally sold, got himself arrested for smoking dried cranberries, rolled in parking tickets 3 years old. But between who I am, who I would be, who I can, who I could be, somewhere in that gray neighborhood, misty, that's who I am. Who are you? Alex, the artist, was a billy goat. Society rode in a cart. One day the teacher said, "Let's tie the goat to the cart, and that way society's cart might start moving along." So they did. But Alex took one step, nearly fell down in the road. He regained his composure, proclaimed this disclosure. He said, "I'm sorry, man, I can't pull that load." "Oh no, let him walk. Let him walk." So Alex, he stood stiff-legged there while society slept. But the teacher, he thought, till his course of action was clear. Then he fashioned a bright shining carrot thought over Alex's head, about 1.5 feet before his right ear. Well, then Alex, he started moving, forgot all about the load. And while Alex chased the carrot thought, the teacher, he grabbed the reins and taught, and society moved merrily along. Yeah, society moved merrily along. Merrily, merrily along. But then the teacher, he fell asleep, and Alex the artist caught and happily devoured the enticing carrot thought. And the plan for progress started to unravel, because they needed a new teacher with a new carrot thought, or a new goat with carrot to travel, to travel, to travel, to travel. One morning, 1,000,000 years ago, one man woke up in the dark. He sat in his cave banging rock against rock until he produced a small spark. Then he fed it, fanned it, just like he planned it, and the spark turned to flame, then to fire. And the fire brought heat to that cold, craggy cave, and a light he could sit and admire. Well, he kept the fire as part of the cave, but the need for fuel became real. He couldn't keep on carrying load after load, so he simply invented the wheel. Well, with fuel for the fire, and fire for heat, and wheels for to carry, all he needed was meat. He took one look at the beasts that were happening then, and he said, uh-oh, what am I doing here? He ran back to the safety and warmth of his cave, and he quickly invented the spear. But that didn't work either, because those beasts were so big, he thought, oh, I won't even annoy him with this twig. So he stood scared and hungry at his cave door, and he wondered and he thought, he wondered some more, and then he found some red clay, and some brown, and some yellow, and he took them up to his cave wall. He set down his spear, and controlling his fear, he painted the animals, tails, horns and all, and he smiled as he painted. He said, my dinner you'll be, 'cause I can draw you and you can't draw me. Then he ran out and he conquered a huge ugly beast. He peeled him and he wheeled him back home for a feast. Now, it may sound strange, but our fathers before us grew stronger and thrived on barbecued dinosaurs. And man, through his art and for millions of years, has sought to control what he can't understand, what he fears. If you don't think that's something spiritual to say, take a look at the walls. What's bugging the artists today? Some notes on a two-act tragedy. The title, The Decline and Fall of Spencer Sensitive. Act 1. Spencer Sensitive decides to become a writer. He decides to carry a notebook with him and a pencil and describe in words everything he sees and experiences. So impressed is he with the world around him, with the faces, events, objects, feelings. Act 2. Spencer is gone, but one of his notebooks is discovered in a cluttered drawer of Spencer Sensitive's souvenirs. And on the last page of the notebook, this entry. Thursday. Woke up. Wrote about it. Yawned. Wrote about it. Smiled at my love still sleeping. Wrote about it. Ate some breakfast. Wrote about it. Watched the children playing on the sidewalk in front of my window. Wrote about it. Saw the sun rise through the trees. Saw the sun set. Wrote about it. Got ready for bed. Wrote about it. Wrote about writing about it. Wrote about writing about writing about it. Wrote about writing about writing about writing about writing about it. On the banks of the river Ganges, where the wild blue flowers grew, the barefoot boy of Basra lived in a green lean-to, built with love, out of branches and sweet-smelling green leaves. He stood poor among the merchants. He had no silver or gold, but he found pleasure all about him. He had wisdom. He was bold. And if he swung with some groceries every now and then, it wasn't really wrong, 'cause he only took a little bit of what there was an awful lot of, and sooner or later he repaid the merchant with a smile, a word, or a song. And when the people of Basra, out of repression, oppression, depression, and grief, ousted their cruel ruler, they made the barefoot boy caliph. They carried him to the palace in their arms. He fell for the fair Fatima, who excelled in harem charms. He had fancy clothes and fancy jewels and bright silver slippers on his feet. He slept on silks and satins. He had succulent goodies to eat. Then he started gaining weight. Couldn't help sleeping late. Found it more and more a chore to smile. But he was wise. He realized he wasn't happy there. So he split. He went back to the green lean-to and thought he wouldn't care about the fair Fatima and the fancy food and all the loot he passed. He thought he'd be the barefoot boy again and frolic in the grass. But there on the river Ganges, where the wild blue flowers grew, the grass was brown and dirty 'cause the boy was over 30. Yeah, it was a sad life for the middle-aged man of Basra, who lived alone in a green lean-to, built with love. A boy chased a butterfly with a big black net because the butterfly was beautiful and hard to get. He chased him up hills, up trees, down hills, on his toes, on his knees. He really wanted that butterfly. He didn't want a ball or a bird or candy or a yo-yo, and no one knew just why. All he wanted was that butterfly. He chased it in the rain and the wind and the snow. The boy went wherever the butterfly would go. Yeah, he was going to get that butterfly. And then one day, they met. And the boy caught the butterfly in the big black net. I guess the butterfly was tired and didn't really care, 'cause he let the boy slip the net over him there. And then the boy was so happy, he couldn't believe it. He lifted the net just enough to get his hand under, and the butterfly flew right onto his palm and just sat there, and that made the boy wonder. He said, "You're a beautiful butterfly. And a funny one, too. Well, you wanted me to catch you all along, I'll bet." But he got no answer. And it really lost its importance, because he looked up, but not soon enough to get himself out from under a bigger black net. As a boy, Charlie Coolsit was the same as you or me, the boy next door. He walked, skipped, jumped, ran, wet his pants, washed his face, combed his hair. He went to school. He played doctor. And he worried about the future. And Charlie Coolsit grew. And as a young man, he was the same as you or me, the young man next door. He drank, he fought, he gambled, racked up his car, lied to the draft board, went into the army, came out of the army, got a job, played doctor once too often, got married, and he worried about the future. And time affected Charlie Coolsit just the same as you or me or the man next door. He lost some hair, lost some teeth, gained some weight around the middle, had some success, had some kids, had some failure, developed an ulcer, forgot how to play doctor, and he worried about the future. And then one day, Charlie Coolsit smoked a cigarette. Slipped to him in the dark by a friend of his who had been around. And Charlie Coolsit never worried about the future again. 'Cause now, Charlie Coolsit cools it. On a usual morning, when Sam went to school, his mother would stand at the door. She'd check him out carefully. She'd kiss him goodbye. And that's what she stood at the door for. On an unusual morning, when Sam did something wrong, his mother said coldly, "Goodbye." And she'd send him to school with his spirits torn down. After begging, he'd leave, but he'd cry. And he didn't understand till years later, when his mother stood there at the door, and he was angry at her. So he said, "Goodbye." Oh, I get it. That's what kisses are for. A boy, a bird, and a big baboon were all in the park one day. The boy was dreaming, and the bird was singing, and the baboon had something to say. When the boy woke up, he was all alone. The bird and the big baboon had gone. And though absurd, the boy still heard the song of the bird and the baboon's word, and well, he was a little worried. So in order to set his troubled mind free, he submitted himself to therapy. And after hours of costly analyzing, the doctor said, "The result is not surprising. The bird, of course, is a turtle dove. On the word, the baboon says is love, and that would be $900. Well, the boy just smiled. He paid his bill, and when he reached the park, he was smiling still. Then he closed his eyes, and the bird arrived, singing the same soft song. And as he sat there enjoying it, the big baboon came along. Well, this time the bird saw the baboon and flew away screaming with laughter. And the boy and baboon fell madly in love and lived happily ever after. In a world where everyone could only go, Edgar Tobias could go. As a little boy, Edgar realized that people thought going was a joy, so he used it. When he wanted attention, or didn't want to get spanked, or to please the girls, or show off for the boys. And sometimes, just for the hell of it. But Edgar's friends, they grew envious of Edgar because they could only go. And too, they realized what he was getting away with by going. So, ostracized by envy, there came a time when Edgar Tobias was sorry he'd ever learned to go. As a matter of fact, he was about to give it up entirely when he was discovered by a Hollywood talent scout who wanted only the best for Edgar and whisked him away to the land of Let's Pretend, where they made movies of Edgar going. Now, before Edgar's movies, people never dreamed of going. But after seeing Edgar on the screen, lots of people thought about it, found they could if they tried, so they did, and before long, everybody was going. Yeah, Edgar Tobias was a great success. He was going more than ever. And then one day, one bright, sunny Hollywood afternoon, he was called into the main office and they told him, "Edgar Tobias, go home." Because you see, people had grown tired of Edgar. 'Cause in a world where everyone can go, going is not so important. That is, to anyone except Edgar Tobias, to whom going would always be important, 'cause after all, he was the first man to ever go. And besides, Edgar Tobias could never do anything else as well. Yeah, but that was all a long time ago. And now, if you're ever passing through Edgar's hometown, would like to stop in and say hello, just ask anyone there where you can find Edgar Tobias. He's the lonely old man who's only too happy to go. For anyone. I don't care about the Negro in the South. I don't care what comes out of Nixon's mouth. I don't care about smug complacency. Why can't other people let me be? I don't care about Africa or Spain. I don't care if teenagers use cocaine. I don't care if the UN don't agree. Why can't other people let me be? I don't care about labor or steel. I don't care about Kennedy's New Deal. I don't care about democracy. Why can't other people let me be? You know, I don't care. Danger from the right. I don't care if the left is red or white. I don't care about no minority. Why can't other people let me be? I don't care about the troubles on the farm. I don't care about Fidel Castro's charm. I don't care about no hydrogen bomb. Whenever things are going well, man can stand up tall and yell, I'm all there is, there's nothing more. I'm the after and I'm the before. And he'll go right on yelling it and believing it until some unknown something shakes the floor, or rattles the windows when there isn't any wind, or it rains for many days and the waters start rising, or that mushroom cloud swells on the horizon. Then standing man is quick to kneel and send up an Abterranean appeal. He says, we're sorry, sir. Please help us now. We'll try to make it up to you somehow. We love you. We're your friend. Please, please, don't make the whole world end. And if there's a God and he's feeling kind, he'll keep things going. He'll save mankind. This time, maybe. We hope, we hope, we hope, we hope, we hope, we hope. Hangman, 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 slack your rope a while. I think I see my mama coming. She been walking for many a mile. Hey mama, did you bring me any silver? Did you bring me gold? Or did you come to see them hang me here on their gallows pole? She said, no, I didn't bring you no silver. I didn't bring you gold, no gold. I just come by to weep and cry while they hang you here on the gallows pole. Well, Papa, did you bring me any silver? Did you bring me gold? No gold. I just come by to say I told you so. I knew you'd end up here on the gallows pole. Well, little brother, did you bring me silver? Hey, did you bring me any gold? No gold. I just come by to hold Mama's hand while she's weeping at the gallows pole. Well, darling, give the man the silver. Honey, give the man the gold. I knew you wouldn't let them hang me here on their gallows pole. She says, no, I didn't bring you no silver. I didn't bring you no gold, no gold. I just come by to show my new true love that you're really hanging there on the gallows pole. Well, hangman, 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 let your rope go now. There ain't nothing left to keep me here. Hangman, let your rope go now. Looking through the chicken-wired windows of the BMT. Around Canal Street, this thought occurred to me. The candy man is made out of tin, and that's the kind of world we're in, where everything is so neat and clean with machines, machines, machines. It used to be if you wanted some ice cream or candy, you'd give a man your money and he'd give you ice cream or candy. And if he didn't, you could yell at him or shout at him, or jump up and down, grab him by the throat, hit him in the face, get your money back. But now the candy man is made out of tin, and that's the kind of mess that we're in, where everything is so neat and so clean with machines, machines, machines. Nowadays, if you want some ice cream or candy, you put your money in a machine, and you either get your ice cream or candy or you don't. And if you don't, well, you can shout at the machine, or jump up and down, or kick it, or stamp and shout, or punch a passing stranger in the mouth, but it's not the same anymore, 'cause the candy man is made out of tin, and that's the kind of a world that we're in, where everything is so neat and so clean, with machines, 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 I mean. We're living in a world of machines, oh yeah. Machines, 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 machines. Great big steamship pulling into Pier 9. Stevedores loading up, moving on down the line. Hey, Foreman, Foreman, your time is almost done. You better look out, Mr. Foreman, you're gonna be on the run. Every morning about 5 o'clock, 500 workers on the New York dock. The foreman comes out in the dawn's gray light. He says, the names I call, move off to the right. Foreman, call my name. Why don't the foreman call my name? I got a wife at home, we're making payments on a loan. Kids are hungry, we could use the money. Foreman, call my name. I've been waiting every day. While up in his office with his breakfast of booze, there's a man getting fat on longshoreman's dues. He gets some extra from a guy named Bill. Jim and Joe may not work, but you can bet Bill will. Hey, Foreman, call my name. Foreman, call my name. I got a wife at home, we're making payments on a loan. The kids are hungry, we could use the money. Foreman, call my name. I've been waiting every day. Now I'm a big strong man and I don't like to cry. I'll cry about this, tell you why. If we don't get together, figure out what to do. It won't be long for you'll be crying too. Foreman, call my name. Foreman, call my name. I got a wife at home, we're making payments on a loan. The kids are hungry, we could use the money. Foreman, call my name. I've been waiting every day. Been waiting every day, every day. Deep red the wine and gold the sun, gentle the wind when two are one. Deep red the wine and gold the sun, sweet slumber hums, so still the night, deep red the wine. Silver the tears, soft fleece the clouds, deep red the wine, sapphire the stars, deep red the wine, and gold the sun, fragrant the flowers, too swift the hours, deep red the wine. Deep red the wine and gold the sun, deep red the wine when love is born, deep red the wine when love is warm. Now love is gone, cold gray the dawn, deep red the wine. singing glory to the newborn King, singing glory to the newborn King. Virgin Mary had a little baby. Virgin Mary, yeah, she had a baby. Singing glory to the newborn King, singing glory to the newborn King. Now everybody talks about Jesus and Mary, nobody talks about Joe. Everybody worry about Jesus and Mary, nobody worry about Joe, poor Joe. Mary, Mary, what you gonna call baby? Mary, Mary, what you gonna call a little baby? Some call him one thing, I think I'll call him Jesus. Some call him one thing, some call him Jesus. Singing glory to the newborn King, sing your glory to the newborn King. Well, everybody praying for Jesus and Mary, nobody cares about Joe. Everybody worry about Jesus and Mary, nobody cares about Joe, poor Joe. Now if you would know why the world is a mess, well, ask yourself what God is this. He'd impregnate his woman and cuckold his man, then crucify his only son. Everybody talking about Jesus and Mary, nobody talking about Joe. Everybody worry about Jesus and Mary, nobody cares about Joe, poor Joe, poor Joe. Moonlight on the prison bars, shadows on my wall, snapshot of my little girl, ain't had no news at all. Now she must be 10 years old, last seen her she was 5. I wonder if she thinks I'm dead or cries 'cause I'm alive. She's living at her grandma's now, I hope she's happy there. I sent her mama's soul to hell, now I'm brooding here. I found her with another man, and before I knew, I killed them both with my bare hands, the voices told me to. Moonlight on the prison bars, shadows on the wall, snapshots of my little girl, ain't had no news at all. Close your eyes and dream with me, I'll tell you what you ought to see. A little country road, the dust is rising in the sunshine. The sky is bright and blue above. Your heart just overflowed with love, and eucalyptus trees are waving in the sunshine. Come on, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line, I'll get a pole, and we'll go fishing in the crawdad hole. My baby, mine, whoa, 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 baby. Now look yonder come the man with a pack on his back, honey. Here come the man with a pack on his back, baby. Well, look at the man with a pack on his back. He's toting all the crawdads that he can pack. My honey, my baby, mine. Come on, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, my baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go fishing in the crawdad hole. My baby, mine. Now tell me what'll you do when the creek runs dry, honey? What'll you do when the creek runs dry, my baby? What'll you do when the creek runs dry? Sit on the bank, watch all the crawdads dying. My baby, mine. Come on, you get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. Come on, you get a line and I'll get a pole, my baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole, and we'll go fishing in the crawdad hole. My baby, mine. Whoa, whoa, my baby. My baby, mine. Somebody think to the fuzz and we all got busted. Hey, somebody think to the fuzz, said we get high. Somebody think to the fuzz and we all got busted. Yeah, somebody think to the fuzz, it's a dirty lie. Nobody here gets high. Well, I tell you, Judge, and it ain't no joke. Anytime I take a smoke, there ain't nothing but pure tobacco on the inside. I swear, Your Honor, it ain't no joke. Anytime that I take a smoke, there is writing on the paper on the outside. Somebody think to the fuzz and we all got busted. Yeah, somebody think to the fuzz, say we get high. Somebody think to the fuzz and we all get busted. Yeah, somebody think to the fuzz, it's a dirty lie. Nobody here gets high, you know the reason why. Oh, everybody talking about my pot. The only pot I know I got, that's the pot that I use whenever I do my cooking. Well, how did I know it was against the law to have a mattress made of Tijuana straw? Somebody sold it to me when I wasn't looking. Pleasant dreams, he said. Pleasant dreams I had, and then somebody think to the fuzz and we all got busted. Oh, somebody think to the fuzz, say we get high. Well, somebody finked to the fuzz and we all got busted. Yeah, somebody finked to the fuzz, it's a dirty lie. Nobody here gets high, you know the reason why. We're in the police eye. Old Whiskers was a catfish in a stream in Mississippi, living easy, feeding on whatever he could get. The Johnson brothers caught him, didn't want to eat him, decided they would train him, make Old Whiskers their pet. That was May. They bought a bathtub and filled it with muddy water. They'd swim him for an hour, promenade him for 2. By June they had him walking, boarding at the bunkhouse. You won't believe the chores that old catfish could do. He'd wash the dishes, sweep the floors, hang the clothes on the line, learn to play poker on Saturday night. Everything was going along fine. Then came that day in August, the boys were going fishing. Old Whiskers, feeling lonely, was just hanging around. The boys took Whiskers with them, he lit into a whopper, but lost his balance, fell into the river and drowned. Now the boys have never been the same since that day in August. To find another Whiskers is their greatest wish. And the moral of the story is really kind of simple. You can lead a fish from water, but you can't let him fish. Time keeps tick-tocking away. Close your eyes, there goes another day. Time makes some women sisters, makes some women mothers. Time makes some men fathers, makes some men brothers. And I sit here and I worry. I sit here and I wonder whether time will make a lonely old man in the park feeding pigeons on a Thursday afternoon out of me. Time keeps tick-tocking away. Close your eyes, there goes another day. Time could defeat a nation, could bring integration. Time couldn't make a mushroom out of all the land and sea. And I sit here and I worry. I sit here and I wonder whether time will make a lonely old man in the park feeding pigeons on a Thursday afternoon out of me. Time keeps tick-tocking away. Close your eyes, there goes another day. Time could make an egg a bird, make some letters a word. Time can turn an acorn into a green oak tree. And I sit here and I worry. I sit here and I wonder whether time will make a lonely old man in the park feeding pigeons on a Thursday afternoon out of me. Time keeps tick-tocking away. Close your eyes, there goes another day. Wa ba da da, wa ba dee da da. Gypsy woman, whoa, loved the baby. Gypsy woman, she loved the baby, but the baby was dirty. Oh, the baby was dirty. Gypsy lover loved his lady. Gypsy lover, he loved his lady, but the gypsy was dirty. Oh, the gypsy was dirty. Gypsy lover, he run off with his lady. Gypsy lover, he run off with a lady, but the gypsy was dirty. Oh, the gypsy was dirty. Gypsy woman, she loved the baby. Gypsy woman, she loved the baby, but the baby was dirty. Oh, the baby was dirty. Gypsy baby, now she grown into a woman. Gypsy baby grown to a woman, and her mama is dirty. Oh, the mama is dirty. Gypsy mama, whoa, love the baby. Gypsy mama loved the baby, but the baby is dirty. Oh, the baby is dirty. The baby is dirty. Oh, the baby is dirty. Oh, the baby is dirty. Well, I went walking down the street one day. This peculiar individual came my way. We walked a while, we talked a while, we shared a smile, and he had this to say. He said, you think you got troubles, man, you ain't got troubles. He said, I got troubles, the kind you never hear about. He said, you think you got troubles, man, you ain't got troubles. He said, I got troubles like you got no idea about. I got a mufki eye and a broken nose. I got 14 fingers and 7 toes, an arthritic shoulder and a deaf left ear. But that's alright, cause just the other night I was out on a lark just walking through the park, and there in the dark a lady smiled at me, sweet and tenderly. Oh, we talked seriously, I kissed her sensually. I guess she couldn't see. I had a mufki eye and a broken nose. I had 14 fingers and 7 toes, an arthritic shoulder and a deaf left ear. Deaf left ear. When it was time to go, I said it's time to go. She said yes, I know, and then I tried to leave. She said it's late, that's true, can I go with you? It feels so nice, we two. She grabbed hold my sleeve, she wouldn't let me leave. I tried to bob and weave, she wouldn't let go my sleeve. Oh, I began to grieve. Whoa, 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 woe is me. To walk her home would be a catastrophe. She'd have a sudden fright when we'd step in the light, and she'd turn around to take a look at me. She'd see my mufki eye, my broken nose, my 14 fingers, my 7 toes, arthritic shoulder, and my devil left ear. Well, step by step we neared the catastrophe. As the lights came closer, we both talked nervously. Then she stopped and turned, and we looked into each other's eyes. It was a moment of truth, it was a shock, it was a great surprise. She had a mufki eye and a broken nose. She had 14 fingers and 7 toes, an arthritic shoulder, and a deaf left ear. So I whispered in her right, this is love at first sight. I love your mufki eye and your broken nose, your 14 fingers, your 7 toes, your arthritic shoulder, and your deaf left ear. Love your deaf left ear, love your deaf left ear. New York, New York, New York, that's my hometown. New York City is my hometown. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning in Washington Square. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. There's hardly anyone there. Now and then taxis go rattling by over cobblestone street, and a lonely man who couldn't sleep walked quietly past a policeman on his beat. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning in Washington Square. Ooh. Street lamps shine on empty benches that are waiting in the dark, and a lonely man who must sleep is huddled in a heap in a corner of the park. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning in Washington Square, and I'm alone. Whoa, 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 I'm all alone. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning in Washington Square. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I wish you were here. I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Doodle-ding ding funk, bip bip ding ding, doodle doodle ding ding, boom boom doodle bit bit funk. Song called funk, everybody go funk. Doodle ding ding, wop bip bip ding, bob diddle bit bit ding, boom bing ding diddle bit funk. We talking about funk, everybody go funk. When I was just a little boy, my mama said to me, she said, son, the world is full of trouble, pain, and sorrow. And if you're feeling blue, she said, one thing you can do. Do a little bit funk, yeah. Bit it bing, the bottle, the bing ding, boom. Bit it bing ding, funk. My mama said funk. Oh yeah, my mama said funk. Well, thanks to Mama's sound advice, my world will always be lots of fun. 'Cause she taught me that special way of smiling. Now whenever things go wrong, they don't stay wrong for long. I run them off by simply going doodle-little-bit-a-diddle-little-bing ding funk. Bip-bip-ding boom, biddle-diddle-ding-ding boom, bing-ding, biddle-little-bit-a-bit funk. Everybody go funk. We're talking about funk. Song called funk, everybody go funk. That when my cousin says go, 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 she really means no, no. Excuse me. I've just been informed that we're about to switch to a special bulletin. Please, keep this in mind. So long as you have your faith, you'll be alive and well. So keep your faith. Now Melinda's gone and I'm on my own again. Sweet Melinda Mary gone, left me alone again. And I don't worry about her except every now and then. Yeah, we are at our side. Baby, not uptight, we know what's going on. Hey now, yeah, we are at our side. Baby, that's alright, we know what's going on. At our side, at our side. We don't need your compass reading to lead us where we're bound. We may not know just how to go, but you can. We bid you welcome, stranger. We're glad to have you with us. You're welcome to the Unicorn. We bid you welcome, stranger. You're welcome to our temple. Yeah, welcome to the Unicorn. Leave your troubles at the door. Come and see, come and see. Leave your troubles at the door. Come and see. Leave your troubles at the door. Come and see, come and see. No admission at the door, and the entertainment's free. We bid you welcome, stranger. We're glad to have you with us. You're welcome to the Unicorn. Dexedrine, Nambutol, heroin, Demerol, LSD, hashish, and morphine, Benzedrine, Seconal, mescaline, I'm a tall peyote, amphetamine, cocaine, opium, Milltown, Librium, Yage, Ritalin, codeine, and pot. Oh, Jack Kerouac's gone away. Whoa, he dead and gone. Oh, Jack Kerouac's gone away. Whoa, he dead and gone. 18 books of what he had to say. Blood run over the table that day. Oh, Jack Kerouac's gone away. Whoa, he's dead and gone, dead and gone. And old Neil Cassidy's gone away. Whoa, he's dead and gone. Old Neil Cassidy's gone away. Whoa, he's dead and gone. Everything he had, did he give it away. Died on the Mexican track, they say. Looking for his wife in the rain that day. Whoa, dead and gone, dead and gone. Yeah, old Jack Kerouac gone away. Whoa, he's dead and gone. Old Jack Kerouac gone away. Whoa, he's dead and gone. It was 18 books that he had to say. Blood run over the table that day. Whoa, Jack Kerouac gone away. And whoa, he's dead and gone, dead and gone. I'm on the road and I'm gonna stay. Whoa, he's dead and gone. I'm on the road and I'm gonna stay. Whoa, dead and gone. Riding in the fog out Gildan Way, going to San Francisco Bay. Oh, Jack Kerouac's gone away. Whoa, he's dead and gone. I'm on the road and I'm gonna stay. Whoa, dead and gone. Old Neil Cassidy gone away. Whoa, dead and gone. Riding to the far to the Frisco Bay.